Hi. What do you do when life throws you some curveballs? When things are difficult and challenging, or maybe even more difficult when you're facing loss, significant loss, when you go through tough times? Recently here in Southern California, we had an evacuation order in Garden Grove, and tens of thousands of people were displaced while the authorities worked to solve a chemical leak in a storage tank. And so that got me thinking about, what do we do when we are facing challenges? What do we do? How do we respond? Well, I think our scripture helps us with that. The Apostle Paul talks about renewing our minds, that the way we frame things, the way that we think about things can radically impact how we perceive the world and how we perceive ourselves. For instance, here at St. Wilfrid's Episcopal Church in Huntington Beach, on Pentecost, which was last Sunday, there was an individual who was so moved by God's Spirit that they wanted to do something to help the folks who were in evacuation centers spread throughout the area. And so they talked to some folks, they gathered a little bit of money, and then they went and bought some toothbrushes and toothpaste, some pillows and towels and blankets, things that people could use. And then within about 6-8 hours of this all happening, they went and delivered it to an evacuee site. So that way those folks that evening could get their hands on that toothpaste, that toothbrush, that pillow, that blanket. And also it gave our community a chance to be, quite frankly, God's hands extended to a hurting world and to reach out and touch people. And that happened because somebody was looking at a circumstance, they felt the nudging of the Spirit, they decided that they could help. And in a way, they were changing the narrative, the perspective that they were facing. This wasn't just an area where people were being evacuated. This was actually an opportunity to help those in need. And that's what the church strives to do. We strive to help people in need all the time, as best we can. So if you'd like to hear more, come and join us at St. Wilfrid's Episcopal Church in Huntington Beach this Sunday. Services at 8:30, 10:30. Hope to see you then.